Hey, history navigators! Remember when we sailed across the ocean with explorers like Columbus, searching for gold, spices, and maybe a shortcut to Asia? Well, spoiler alert, they didn't find Asia, but they did kick off a whole new chapter: colonies. Today we're diving into the three colonial regions that grew from those early adventures: New England, Middle, and Southern. So grab your tri-corner hat and let's go! First up, the New England colonies: Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, and New Hampshire. These folks were tough cookies. Cold winters, rocky soil, and forests everywhere. Farming? More like rock collecting with bonus vegetables. People lived in small towns, worked as farmers, fishers, or shipbuilders, and went to church. A lot. Religion was the boss. The Pilgrims landed in Plymouth in 1620, and the Puritans followed in Massachusetts Bay. Town meetings let everyone speak their mind. Think of it as a colonial group chat, minus the emojis. Next, the Middle Colonies: New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Delaware. They were the melting pot of the bunch, full of different cultures, easygoing vibes, and enough carbs to keep every colonist full through winter and beyond. Mild weather and rich soil made farming easy. Wheat, corn, and oats, breakfast of colonial champions. Farmers, artisans, and merchants filled the towns. Cities like Philadelphia were booming with trade. In Pennsylvania, William Penn and the Quakers believed in peace, equality, and religious freedom. It was the colonial version of you do you. Now we head to the south to the Southern Colonies: Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. Welcome to the land of big farms and even bigger heat waves. Hot summers, fertile soil, perfect for growing tobacco, rice, and indigo. These crops were basically colonial cash with roots. Life revolved around plantations. Wealthy landowners lived in comfort, while enslaved Africans, first brought to Jamestown in 1619, were forced to labor under brutal, dehumanizing conditions. Their descendants remained trapped in bondage for generations, enduring a system built on exploitation and suffering. Georgia was the youngest of the 13 colonies, founded in 1732. It was created as a fresh start for people in debt and as a protective buffer against Spanish Florida. It was the rookie colony, tasked with guarding the border and growing the South's sweetest exports. But wait, before we jump to Revolution, let's talk teamwork. Each region had its own specialties. New England built ships and caught fish, the Middle Colonies grew grain, and the Southern Colonies harvested cash crops like tobacco and rice. That's called specialization, doing what you're best at. And guess what? They didn't keep it all to themselves. Colonies traded with each other, creating interdependence. New England needed Southern crops, the South relied on food and grains from the Middle Colonies, and everyone counted on New England's ships to keep trade moving. It was like a colonial group project where each region did its part. So what's the big picture? The New England colonies were cold, religious, and town-centered. The Middle Colonies were mild, diverse, and full of trade. And the Southern Colonies were warm, agricultural, and built on plantations. Each region had its own feel, but all were part of England's growing empire. And guess what? That empire was about to get real bossy. Taxes, rules, and no say in government. Not exactly a recipe for harmony. Let's just say the tea wasn't the only thing about to boil. You've seen how the colonies grew from the age of exploration, but now they're getting ready to explode with ideas of freedom and independence. That's right, next stop, the road to the American Revolution. So sharpen your quills and get ready to sign some declarations. We're about to make history.